What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, latest in updates, and some key levels to really watch for. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So the market does open in roughly 1 minute. Currently, it is up 0.86% during the pre-market. So once it does open, I'll go over exactly what everything is happening and so forth. But as far as today, nothing coming out from the company itself. No SEC filings, no press releases or anything along those lines. A couple of things I do want to share with you though that are pretty cool. Ultimately, one is this. So it looks like NIO and Firefly did win 5 international awards at the 2025 Red Dot Design Award. And so I kind of searched it. It doesn't seem like it was that big of a kind of event, but nonetheless, is this something that you feel is a good catalyst to buy? Is this just more of a participation award type of mentality? What's your viewpoint on that in the comments below? So I found this pretty cool. Then the only other thing was this right here. So of course, Joe Rogan, majority of his audience is targeted towards North America. So I don't really see this being a crazy catalyst that you need to stop what you're doing and buy NIO, because this probably won't result in any additional sales. But nonetheless, this does really hit home as far as NIO's technology. I feel like a lot of people don't really bring that up as much as they should as far as NIO's technology. Maybe once the chips get a little bit more established, down whatever several quarters from now, then maybe people will be talking about NIO and their technology and so forth. But up until that, I've found this pretty cool as well. But again, not really a reason to stop what you're doing, because I don't think Americans are going to do anything with this, and I don't think Joe Rogan's reach is going to go to a lot of the regions that NIO does currently sell in. That's just my viewpoint. Of course, I could be wrong. As far as right now, shorts are returning 1.3 million shares. Market just opened. On a side note, 13.52% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 208.6 million shares overall are being shorted. So as I mentioned, this is a long weekend. Market actually does close at 1 p.m. Eastern today. So historically, shorts always do return today, because that way they don't have to pay unnecessary days. So again, that's probably why shorts are returning, and most likely, depending on where NIO does land today, you might see shorts return a little bit more. Market just opened and it looks like it is at 350. So no crazy spike up or lower. So that's already something interesting to note. But aside from that though, this is basically what is going to be a big deal for NIO for today, is that 350 mark. I've brought this up in the past on how market makers and shorts have a financial interest in having as many call options expire worthless as possible. So ultimately, there is 453 in open interest at that $3 strike price, 17,000 at that 350. So again, that works out to be roughly 1.7 million shares. So it is in their best interest to have it suppressed below 350. So come close to, obviously, the market close, which is at 1 p.m. Eastern today. If let's say NIO is closer to that 350 mark, then you could see it get suppressed a little bit more. But it looks as though that NIO actually does want to move higher, which is relatively good stuff. I think just a lot of the broader market is actually moving higher and wants to move higher. Just NIO needed that and needs that nice little push, unfortunately. But aside from that, with it at 352, trading between this pivot and this S1, so 334 is a strong support. So far, hasn't been tested in like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. 356 is going to be that key point to watch for. So ultimately, best case scenario is if it closes above that today, but there's a good chance as well it does close between that 350 and 356. That is also if shorts do really give up on today, because right now, like I said, shorts are returning 1.3 million shares. So they're allowing NIO to essentially move higher. So that's again something to keep in mind. So 356 going to be a key point to watch for as well. So 350, 356, and if things go according to plan, then it should be closing today between this R1 and the pivot. Aside from that, surprisingly, we haven't seen any new analyst ratings. So most likely, I guess, given just a long weekend and the nature of all that, You could potentially see that early next week as analysts digest NIO's monthly numbers as well as quarterly. And then that way, hopefully we'll have some high single digits. Aside from that, $4.49 is that price target of the last 3 months from analysts. And that does represent a 29.02% upside. Aside from what I did bring up, there wasn't really and isn't that much in kind of articles or anything. A lot of just general EV type of ones, but nothing specific to NIO. Aside from all of that though, on the actual chart itself, so you see the stochastic RSI, it is getting up there a little bit, still somewhat neutral in nature. On the actual chart, still relatively bearish overall, but 377 is going to be that key point to really watch for. So again, best case scenario is if it does close above that, but even if it does close above that 56 mark, then that way going into next week, at least that'll be trading within that set range. Then hopefully get above that 50-day moving average. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. I think based on what NIO goes through, they always go through these very aggressive spikes high, which unfortunately is very appealing, gets people very excited, but on a technical standpoint, it's rather hollow because it really neglects any and doesn't build any strong support levels. So with a nice slow staggered push higher, which appears what NIO is doing, that might be a little bit more advantageous. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your general kind of 2 cents on NIO? And given now the circumstances, what do you think the next big catalyst is? Do you think it is going to be more updates associated to the chips, their earnings? What's your general thoughts on NIO? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.